Hi, everybody. Thank you for stopping by Living To Do's channel. Today we're going to review Kandi and the Gang, episode 6 called Too Many Tuckers in the Kitchen. And before I get started, please like and share this video and subscribe to my channel. Also, you can find me on Fanbase, the new monetized app that is out. You can find me on Fanbase under the same name, Living To Do. So let's get started with this review. I have to say I really enjoyed this episode. It was a lot of fun. Though they did start off with some customers coming into OLG, twerking with their exaggerated butts, coming in there and making a mockery of the dance, and they just look ridiculous. It really shouldn't even been mentioned. It shouldn't have been done. I don't know. I didn't do nothing for the show. Right after that, they show Chandrika and Torin talking. He comes up to talk to her. She's at her hostess station, and he's wearing a pair of sunglasses. And apparently, Chandrika sells glasses as her side business, sunglasses. She's a business owner. And she told Torin that somebody told Kandi and Todd that they didn't give an F about their restaurant, and she wanted to know if Torin knew anything about it. She's on a mission to find out who. Torin did not know anything about it. Next, they show Melvin and Patrick at their apartment, and Kandi, their cousin, comes to visit, and we find out that Patrick is actually named after Kandi's brother who was killed years ago. So that's another reason why he's really special in her heart. And Melvin actually lived with her for a while, and it's like he's like a son to her. So she comes looking around and sees, mostly she's visiting with Patrick, shows where he sleeps, where he has his Mr. Nasty time, and he was showing her his sound bowls that Safari got him into, and she's hanging the TV. She's the one doing the floating TV, hanging it up in the ceiling with chains, and she's decorating the apartment. And Kandi's pointing out that Safari's doing a lot of taking over his life, and she's they talk about the housewarming party and that wasn't going to happen, or certain people weren't going to come, and Kandi's saying, you are the light of the party, and she's kind of dimming your light basically, and that you should do what you want to do. If you want to have that housewarming, you should have it. And so Kandi's spoken, so let's see what they do what she should suggest. Later we see Kandi, Todd, and Don Juan and Philip. They are having a meeting, and Philip actually joins in last, and he sees a little art board, that Don Juan has put together. And he makes a little comment to Don Juan, oh, you doing little arts and crafts? And Don Juan said if you had done it, it would have been a presentation. He was just like putting down Don Juan. I don't like Philip. I just don't. They wanted to talk about, Don Juan wanted to talk about what he found on the Ring camera. And this is the week we see that the Ring camera shows Dominique and Brandon making out at the restaurant. No one was aware of the relationship, or at least the managers weren't aware of the relationships. If one of them had gone to Brandon's party, you would have seen Dominique and him hugged up. And Todd wants Brandon to go. He doesn't think he should put up with something like that. And they also discussed that Bryant might possibly have his drinking problem might have come back. Right after that, the OLG ladies come into the meeting, and they talk about new product, new business, and they want to do seasonings and barbecue sauces, salad dressing. So Maybe we might see that in our grocery stores from Kandi. You know, she's all about new business. I would buy it. Um, they also talk about the business where actually Todd volunteers going into the kitchen and working, and um, that makes them real happy. Mama Joyce real happy, and they make Aunt Bertha the kitchen manager. Maybe she's just limited in what she can do. Just give her a title. Later, Don Juan and Brian meet up. Don Juan wants to talk to him about his drinking problem, and because one of the co-workers, Pebbles, saw him with a box of wine, and he's been, drugs and alcohol, and I guess Don Juan might have been around him to get him clean, and he gave him a second chance at this job, so he feels responsible. And Brian's defending himself. I have a little wine. I don't do all that I used to do. Um, if I was gonna do that, I would have done it 3 months ago when his sister was she committed suicide, and I think she was drinking and drugging, and so if he would have fell off the wagon, he would have done it then. This was news to Don Juan about his sister, and he said he also mentioned that he was doing drugs back then, heavy drugs. The drug dealers would come to his place of business where he was a bartender and act like they were throwing away a napkin, and in the napkin would be the drugs that he would get from them. That's how they would do the handoff. And he says, I just do a little bit of wine, socially, though he has had a drink or two here or there, but he ain't drinking a gallon or a fifth of whatever it is, a liter of vodka and doing the hard drugs. He just has wine, and he's, I guess, able to um, maintain himself and not get drunk. Mm. So Patrick has Safari over his house next, and he just loves her, calls her Fantastico. He's making up words to describe her. He's just so in love, so whipped, so whipped. Um, he told Safari what Kandi said about he should do what he wants to do, that she's making too many decisions and he's losing himself in her, and he's going to have the housewarming party, and he told her that she will support him. Didn't ask, told her. um, so she's gonna support him, basically, because Kandi is giving you a little extra income there, paying your bills, so you will reluctantly have this housewarming with your boyfriend's ex-girlfriend showing up, and I guess you're gonna smile while you do it. Mm. Kandi made all the difference in that decision. I wonder how that makes Safari feels. She's her own woman, but she has to do this to get along with these people. They had Rashad and Chandrika talk. Chandrika's basically asking him if he told Kandi and Todd about what was said. She said that she didn't say it, but that she didn't give a F about the restaurant. Rashad said no, he didn't say it. Now Rashad rushes to Don Juan to tell him what Chandrika is doing. She's trying to find the who, is talking about her to management. And this little small role that they gave Rashad, he doesn't have, what is his purpose? He has very little speaking parts on this show. So they created this scenario for him to go running to Don Juan to tell him what Chandrika is doing. Right away, Don Juan takes Chandrika outside to address the issue, the witch hunt that she's on to find the who. And she's saying she never said these things that they're saying that she said. And so he pulls out the recording on his phone, the footage showing her saying exactly what she said, what she's now saying she didn't say. Now she's cold busted, and she's just saying, she was basically saying that she was relaying a message. That wasn't her words. in her in her confessional, she's basically saying that she was her own snitch. She was doing all this, going here and there, circling back to this person, that person, and to come to find out it was her the whole time. Oh, um, so here's the day that the OLG ladies are gonna be working in the kitchen with Todd. They get there, Aunt Bertha gets there, and she's taking off her rings, and her back is to production. I don't know why they're feeling on her backside, and she turns around, because she felt someone touching her, and she's believes she was been felt up on. She said nobody fills up on her without giving her some money. She's 80 something years old. I think production was just probably filling for her mic or something like that. She is just always got the funny little one liner, little comment, or the gesture, or facial expression. She is too much. Todd and Kandi get there late because Kandi has a doctor's appointment, and they showed the confessional with the OLGs talking about how hard Melvin works in that kitchen. That's Melvin's kitchen, and that Todd is always giving Melvin a hard time, and he could never fire Melvin because Kandi would pitch a bitch fit. This is coming from Mama Joyce. These old ladies are too much. They get in the kitchen. They show Todd in the kitchen working, cutting up eggs and doing stuff. And Kandi, she's taking skin off some yams, it looks like. I don't know how long they worked, but Kandi wanted to quit. I know Kandi's a hard worker, but could she do this job for 8 hours? I don't know how long they worked in that kitchen that particular day, but could she do it 8 hours? Could she do it a whole week? And they realize that the job that these people they employ do have hard work. I know Kandi is sympathetic and she is always on the grind. Todd seems like he just says things and it's easier said than done, and he doesn't know the work involved in it. Melvin had a little confessional, and he says that they deal with fried food, and if you mess up the line, the order, the organization, that can set um, this whole um, program back. How they have to move smoothly and get their stuff out on time, and people were turning stuff back, saying things were cold, things were set out for 30 minutes, they were dumping food in the trash. They're losing money having those tuckers in the kitchen. um Next we see then we have Aunt Bertha. She's on the back on a smoke break. She should not be smoking at her 82-year-old something or other. But they had a lot of fun. It was fun to watch. They should have more of that because I enjoyed seeing it. I want them to work longer hours. Okay, so the next thing they said, Kandi and Mama Joyce, they're going to Safari's spa. They're going to have a treatment. Mama Joyce is 72 years old, never had any work done, and she looks dang good for her age. And she doesn't know what she's having, and they're going to have her get a butt lift. Mama Joyce is getting a butt lift. And basically, they put her on a table, and they take these suction cups, and I guess they're, whatever it's flat, they try to pump it up. So Safari, her great nephew's girlfriend, is going to perform the procedure, and Safari asked her if she's wearing a thong. And she said no thong, but she gets up, she goes, changes into a thong, gets up on the table with literally her bare ass exposed to the cameras. This is forever Mama Joyce, but she looks very good for her age. Very toned legs. She looked really, really good. Then they show her in the mirror afterwards. We see her again, exposing her bare ass. She's very comfortable in her skin and checking herself out. I don't know if it really worked. She looked good to begin with. She don't need any work done. I was just really, really shocked at her. So the next scene we have Brandon and Philip and Don Juan. And they are talking about, they want to talk to Brandon about how he moves. They let him know that they have footage of him in a makeout session with Dom Unique. That's somebody who works under him. And I mean, honestly, wasn't that embarrassing? He acted pretty cool, but honestly, aren't you embarrassed? You're at your place of employment. They're pulling out a video of you showing you making out with some girl. Embarrassing. Um, they're letting him know that this is a conflict of interest. They can't have this. They want to. Brandon wants to resolve the issue by cutting off all communications. Um, and maybe have her remove her from OLG and have her maybe work at another restaurant, Blaze. Uh, the thing is, Don Juan was saying she's not the one who's going to be moving. If anybody is going to be moving, it's you, because you are the manager. You should have never let this happen. And it was ultimately your responsibility. So if anybody has to move, it will be you. So later we see Brandon going to Dom Unique's dance class or rehearsals. She's going to be on tour with Rick Ross. So he interrupts that, and he brings her outside, and he tells her that they have footage on the two of them hugged up at their place of employment. So she says that he told her that Kandi and Todd saw the video as well, and he's like hesitating. She's, "Are you done with me?" And he doesn't want to be done with her, but he wants them to conduct themselves like adults. So I'm going to know what that means. Are you going to say they broke? He's going to tell management we broke up. Act like they broke up. Never act like they're on into each other in any way. Keep it totally 100% professional, and then after work, link up again. What if you have group situations? What if they see you out in public? I don't know if you thought this all the way through, Brandon, but it seems like you like her enough that you don't want to cut her off. So that was it for the video. It was fun. I really enjoyed it. Mama Joyce and her cheeks out was surprising, and she's a good sport. But that was it for this episode. Join me next week. Well, I will review episode, I guess, 7. I don't know how many episodes there are, but next episode 7. So would you please like, share, and comment on this video and subscribe to my channel? I would really appreciate it. And you can also find me on Fanbase, the new monetized app that is out. You can find me on Fanbase under the same name, Living to Do. Thank you so much. Bye.